Good afternoon, everyone. Now, Professor Sasi has already spoken about what different parameters are there in like US side and like even he has given you some glimpse of some of the FIR from India, that what are the parameters they cover. And today we will be discussing in detail like in Indian context how data is collected, especially accident data. So, how it was collected in past, how it is collected currently, and then maybe what are the different scope like with the current data which we can have, and how we can analyze all those things. So, in Indian context, like mostly this traffic data is like essential for like many things, like we need this traffic accident data to understand that how big this problem is. So, depending upon the nature of the accident, depending upon the frequency of the accident, then it will also help us to prove that like safety is important thing. If there is like depending upon crash data, and like maybe you can always if you propose that okay, a particular road having sharp curve and you wanted to make it mild curve, it require lot of fund. You need to acquire land, you require like maybe rebuild the entire geometry. So, you need to justify that what you are going to gain. So, as a business model you need to present that like if current number of frequency accident is this, if we are going to change the geometry, how much we are going to save, and then if we are going to save, what is the current equivalent value. So, we are going to invest X amount, what is the saving we are going to get in terms of human life saving, or maybe travel time saving, or in terms of safety. That way like we can propose the business case for this kind of safety projects. Then it is also important to evaluate the performance. Say like if we observe that particular location accidents are happening, and if you had done some intervention, so you need to have the data to prove that like the safety has been improved. So, until unless you do not have that data, you cannot justify that like your intervention has meaningful. And then you might have done like at different location different kind of countermeasure. So, how much those each and every countermeasure are effective, for that again you require like kind of crash data. Then even like some of the intervention may not work. So, data itself, crash data itself will tell you that okay, whether situation has been improved or not improved. Then even you can evaluate like about the effectiveness road safety program, whether you are running like awareness campaign, or maybe like sometimes we have road safety week and do certain kind of increase the enforcement, increase the like vehicle fitness monitoring. So, whether that really result in the safety some kind of improvement or not, because in Assam case we had seen that like since last year here transport department, who is lead agency for road safety, they become quite proactive, and they identified in the entire year what are the windows where most of the accidents are happening or frequency is high, and they rigorously increase the enforcement during that time. Say like one of the example is towards the starting from Christmas till the first week of the January. So, that is like more of the tourist period, and maybe like people even outsider or even people go for picnic. So, that time if they are able to increase the enforcement, they see that significant reduction in the number of accident, and especially in these cases like towards the end of or maybe New Year Eve, drunken driving cases are like heavily reported, and that they like able to reduce significantly that accident due to drunken drive. So, that is why like this is road safety crash data, and authentic crash data will tell you that like if you are using X kind of policy, whether it is working effectively or not. Then initially, so traffic police was like the responsible for the data collection, and they like normally collect the data in terms of like from their legal requirement point of view, and even like subsequently there are many transportation project comes under PPP model, public private partnership. So, there they become responsible for the say like operation and maintenance of that facility. So, they start collecting data apart from traffic police data. Then so it is done mostly all this data collection is done from the like kind of legal purpose, not from the scientific purpose. Then police like normally collect the data in narrative format. We will see some of the narration that how police used to report the traffic data in their way, where like they give emphasis to some of the data or some of the information which are more important from legal point of view, may not have too much value from scientific evaluation. So, like this sir has already shown you. So, FIR from Assam. So, here important part is this, which might be important from scientific perspective. They give this kind of narration that this person, son of this person, house number this, near this place, lodges FIR posting that, and this date son from this place coming to this place and riding motorcycle bearing this number, has work, and one driver like of magic vehicle bearing this number, what drive very rash and hit his son. That kind of narrative you may see, and these narrations sometimes like may not have enough information for scientific evaluation, like it does not have like proper location, it does not have like even time of the incident, although those things are there in FIR, some of this, but in narration like how the accident happened, you know only rash driving, that is all. Whether it is happens in T junction or it happens at particular on mid block, those kinds of information is not here. So, and even like maybe similarly we can see some of the more FIRs from other state. So, that like they had different pattern. So, yeah. So, here this FIR is from Bihar. So, you can see that like a particular format, and then the person has to fill. So, when he got information, when he had registered the case, all those times are there. Then in place of like location, you will have this from Thana these many kilometer away. So, that kind of specific incident location information may not be there. Then you may had this kind of narrative, where you need to read it and figure out some meaningful information, which become very difficult. Similarly, like if you see in Maharashtra, this has like also 6-page long FIR. So, lot many details, but maybe if you start looking for scientific point of view, you may not get like much detail. You will see that like person's descriptions and those things are very in detail, but maybe accident detail may not be that considering all those nitty-gritty details. So, similarly like even UP, you may had all these information. Okay. So, sorry, I here forget to mask all this detail. So, you can see this kind of narration, like it says, people who can read in Hindi, they can read. So, that way like, and this narration depend upon the skill of that constable. If he is good in like writing narration, he can describe the things in better way. Otherwise, he can describe very vaguely what happens, and if he is not able to understand the exact accident situation, he will try to avoid all the details. So, that is the that was the problem with this kind of system. So, where you see that different state is recording different ways. So now you start like, so these were like some of the basic things which was generally reported in FIR. So you have like victim name, gender, all those things will be very accurate and in detail, because this is required in for all kind of legal actions. And maybe witness description will be there, but actual accident details will be missing, only some these kind of things you can get. So, these were the biggest limitation, like applying any kind of safety intervention, because you do not know the actual reason for the accident. So, it become like very difficult to implement any kind of measures based on the available information. And normally the accident is reported in these 4 categories. So, property damage, where only vehicle get damaged, and minor injury, where like only just minor bruising or bleeding is required, just like minor medical assistance is required. So, that is called minor injury. Then serious injury, where at least one person get hospitalized overnight, that way they define. Fatal accident, where at least one person died as a result of crash. So, it is not that like that person might have died on the spot, even within the accident of 30 days, if that person died because of that impact, that also should be accounted as a road accident death. But who will track this? That was a bigger problem. So, maybe a person like got treatment, after 2 days he got released, now he is at home and then he died, like then nobody is there like to correlate that this is accident victim, not the natural death. So, that was those kind of issues were there. So, like although by rule it was there, but hardly it get implemented. So, then IRC came up with the 2012 with certain kind of format, that like accidents should be reported in this format. So, where you can see the police station and those detail, and then fatality detail, then what kind of accident it is, whether it was a construction site or not, type of weather, type of collision, at least slightly better detail. So, then victims details. Okay. So, then subsequently MORTS come up with the modified version, which is like currently used in IRAD also. So, they had come up with the 5 major forms. One is that accident identification detail, vehicle involved in accident, person and other driver accident detail, road related detail, driver related detail. So, here they had like detail for every stakeholder which were involved in the accident. So, so here one other change is that they had latitude, longitude. I do not know where it is written. So, maybe it might be next page. So, here type of roadway is also there. So, even whether construction work going or not, speed limit, what was that accident in which area, whether it was residential area, market area or open area, then type of road feature, whether it was a straight road, curve road, bridge, culvert, all those detail get added here. Then what was kind of pedestrian infrastructure was available if pedestrian was part of accident, whether accident if pedestrian was as a victim, whether we had enough pedestrian facilities or not, that will get recorded here. Okay. So, here that form now it will come in more detail. So, you can read that what kind of accident. So, they had like all this detail, vehicle to vehicle, vehicle to pedestrian, vehicle to bicycle, vehicle to animal. Yeah.
I mean, where is the spot of collecting this form? At the official has to do it at the spot, right?
Yeah. So, it will come, I think there will be some latitude, longitude, landmark is there, road name is there, chainage is there, GPS location is also there. So, this form has this GPS longitude, latitude.
So, the official has to come to that spot and do
Yes.
this. Okay, not like
So
I go to the station and then report, not like that.
No, in IRAD, you need not to go to the location. If you go to the location, automatically the system will take,
Of
or
course.
you in Google Map, you just locate that, you mark that location. So
Fine.
automatically all the data will get populated.
Okay.
Like here, say road name, road number, chainage, all everything you need to fill in this form. Subsequently, we will see in IRAD many of these information you can pull from the Google map if you know the latitude longitude. And here latitude longitude, if you see, normally latitude longitude comes in this way. So here you have 2 plus 3 and then 6 more point. So here you will see 9 blocks are there, which assumes that you are going to put the GPS location up to 6 position after decimal. And if you do that, the GPS position accuracy depends like this. If you give only up to 5 position, you are accurate 1.1 meter. So most of the FIR, although we had not highlighted, if you see, they give only up to 5 meter, 5 position. So they are accurate up to 1 meter. So sometimes if they are not standing at the exact location, maybe accident might happen on this side of road, but latitude got recorded of other side of the road. So then once you do the analysis, it will become very problematic for the scientist who is analyzing that, because he will assume that accident happened on other side. So you have to maintain at least this 6 digit, that is important. So once it is asked for manual entry, people sometimes it's not that their fault who is recording the this data, but they are not make aware that if we are going to record 1 digit less, what is how much impact it is going to have. So that is why like efforts should be made up to 6 digit after a decimal place. Then all these vehicle.
Sir, I have a question.
Yes, please.
Sir, yeah, so there is a speed related information there in previous form. So if there is no camera placed at the site of the crash, how we can measure the speed? Because it could be subjective then कि बहुत तेजी से जा रहा था, बहुत speed high था. How we can measure there?
So if you see, so this has like the speed limit of that road. It is not talking about at what speed the vehicle was moving. So that road what was having a speed limit, whether a speed limit was there or not.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
So is this form filled electronically or in a hard copy?
This is form filled in electronically Excel format. Normally they maintain.
The police will have a device in that they will.
We will come to that. This is like a scenario maybe 3 years back. So then this thing get translated into a better format with the electronic device. Okay. Okay. So all these like related to vehicle, driver detail, you have number of vehicles involved, driver vehicle type, gender, age, impacting vehicle number, impacting vehicle type, license number, all those details you will have. So and then you will also have the type of traffic violation, which will have these many variety: over speeding, red light jumping, driving, and out of this then not known. So if doesn't fall any of this 7 category, 6 category, then you put not known. And that is why like in day before yesterday once we present statistics. So in violation many of the 10 to 15% data comes under not known, because they might having some other violation, may not be this, or the violation does not get recorded. So the constable does not have any idea that what kind of violation happens in that place. Then this is like the person other than the driver detail. Okay. Okay. Then other information for scientific evaluation which is required may not be part of this form is this. So maybe like traffic flow, traffic mix, pedestrian crossing, and maybe road related information. So, these are like if you want to do analysis, like maybe you could try to get these statistics as well if it is available from different, but they are not part of that form. So, subsequently, so this like it was observed that even though MORTH made it mandatory and they provided all the Excel sheet that like of these form, many of the Excel sheet columns remain empty, because once you had Excel sheet, then it's like it's up to your choice that whether to fill or not. So, then subsequently I think 2021 they had like a system which is called Integrated Road Accident Database, IRAD. So, MORTS had entrusted this job to IIT Chennai and then NICSI. So, to develop this proper module. So, in this like now many of the things user need not to fill, or he has just type. So, earlier everything you need to type, then that become challenging, sometimes people avoid, do not type, and here it goes sequential. So, until unless you fill that form, you cannot go to next screen. So, here it become mandatory to fill each and every entry, and here they made it like all the available information whatever is available in net. If you put the GPS, the rest of road name, police thana, district, everything automatically get populated. So, you need not to fill that. So, this was funded by World Bank, and then this was like mobile app is also there, web application is also there. Okay. And not only with the police, this is like really able to coordinate among all stakeholders. So, police is one primary department which is having responsibility of collecting data. So, first respondent will be the police, then transport department, highway department and health department, and subsequently they had planned to expand it link with the ambulance. So, that as soon as accident get reported, ambulance also get message. So, currently it is not there. So, then even blood banks, even insurance company, all other legal entity. So, everywhere they will get link. So, whenever even court wanted to have some information, they can pull it from the IRAD. So, subsequently all this will get link. So, here they had different hierarchy. So, maybe there might be central administrator, state administrator, and these different hierarchy had different privileges. Like maybe a central person who is like a top authority, he can look all states information, but a state administration can look only for that state. So, data is in the same database, but access is different, like your accessibility label is different depending upon on this hierarchy where you lies. Like maybe if you are on data collector end, so you can see only those data which you had inserted. You may not able to see that what other police thana people had inserted, but subsequent there might be a district people at like traffic police like main level, he might able to see all the police thana who has entered the data, whether that is accurate or not. Then that will get integrated with transport people, highways and health. So, hierarchy is like placed, and data entry responsibility lies with the police department, and as soon as data entry is done by the respective policeman, a alert get generated in office of transport and highway department. So, they will be the next respondent, they will be able to check that where accident happened, and then at the same time MVI, motor vehicle inspector, will also get information. They will visit, they will fill their part. So, all those information related to vehicle, related to victims, everything may not be filled by the traffic policeman. So, they had certain section which traffic policeman will fill. Some of the vehicle related thing, MVI is more expert in that. what kind of accident happened, like whether it was like a rare in collision, all those in collision, maybe MVI will check, or he will have right to privilege to override that. So, he will prepare his own report and fill those data subsequently, and then subsequently like once these things get rectified, where vehicle and all those credential type of accident get filled, even accident this FIR, accident information report, can be generated. This is like a standard format. Based on the data, a report can be generated automatically, you need not to generate separately. Even nowadays, like even FIR can be generated based on this data. So, now traffic police need not to do it again. So, from same database, whatever fields are required as a FIR, so just in one click corresponding FIR will get generated. So, that is like the benefit of having everything at one location. Then subsequently highway people will like capture that what is the geometric detail of that, what is the road condition, why might be this accident might happen, they will fill those detail. And not only this accident detail, subsequently they need to also fill what kind of preventive measure they are going to take and what is the timeline. So, that subsequently even a person who is like at privilege can monitor that what kind of like measures had been taken corresponding to particular accident. Then once you have this data, you can have a spatial or non-spatial data collection facility. Maybe like here you can present this data to on a GIS map. Then FIR can also be generated, that we had already discussed. So, this is like a different stakeholders information at before the accident, who will be responsible, during the accident who might be responsible, after the accident who might be responsible. So, maybe like before the accident, obviously transport department, highway department roles are on the top, because they are the facilitator of service provider. So, how good the road is, then whether it is properly enforced or not, like traffic policemen will be responsible for all the enforcement, educational department will have all the awareness campaign, NGO or other vehicle manufacturer, they will provide certain safety features. So, that is like the regular role for before the accident, and during the accident maybe only these 2-3 will be responsible. So, health department will be like how promptly they respond, then traffic policemen where they will be responding to that accident, then transport department will be taking the details of the accident, and subsequently the you see this hierarchy also keeps changing. Once accident got over, data get recorded, the health department's job is on top, then subsequently police and education department, that will come under picture. Okay. So, this is the app which is available. So, if you write put in the Google IRAD, you will get this information, you can download it, but yes, you cannot log in because you do not have credential. So, until unless you are authorized, you cannot log in and access the data. Okay. But you can download this user manual which has lot of screenshot which we are going to use. Okay. So, then you will have a good amount of experience that how this app look like, what kind of information it asks, in what manner it asks. Like, so first respondent will be traffic policeman, where he will start recording GPS location, like, and he will take the photograph of the accident. Even it has option of like uploading the relevant photos as well as short videos. So, that way like if we are doing scientific analysis subsequently, so maybe even narration may not capture those kind of situation, that what was the vehicle position after the accident, that sometimes it is very difficult to describe in word. So, you can have access of that photos, even a short videos also there which will maybe recorded after the accident. So, maybe all neighborhood get recorded, or maybe vehicle position get recorded, depend, that will be like depend upon the traffic policeman decision that which video or what he wanted to record. In photos, there are certain minimum thing described that you record this, record this, record this. So, 5, 6 are mandatory, 3, 4 are optional if you wanted to record some additional information. So, once he get respond to that, so fill the data, a alert will get generated, and that alert will like responded to the police command center. So, that will be informed that a particular accident is reported, and then he will pass this information to the hospital or concerned health authority. Similarly, they will because the victims will be taken to the hospital, and their hospital department, they had to fill all the victims detail, in what condition he has been brought, what kind of injuries he has, and what kind of treatment they are going to give. Even they have to fill this information over next 30 days. So, whether in next 30 days how was the health condition, then this their role will get closed after 30 days. Even parallelly, information will go to the transport department, they will figure out vehicle related details. So, even like with the vehicle number, using like Vahan Sarthi, they will get all the owners detail and everything, and issue challan asking them to like report all those information, or activity will start, and they will fill all those detail back to the this particular IRAD if there is some missing information. So, similarly, highway department will also get information, and he will also visit that place, and he will feed his part to IRAD. So, that way like different stakeholders are involved, and they are filling their part, so that like we ensure that like most accurate data get filled into the IRAD. Okay. So, here we will say that what are the different packages. So, this we had already seen. So, he will be talking about like trauma and accident related information, then transport department, then highway department. So, this is like they will input the data. Once you get this data, what are the things will be taken place afterwards. So, you can generate accident report, that is one. So, then reports as per MORTS format, you see that every year MORTS issue a like annual report, and that has like different format, like all the number of accident over time wise, over drive violation wise, over road wise, all those data get generated from this IRAD. Then you can generate dynamic report, say like if you want like your administration want that give me a monthly report, how many accident happened, what was the accident type, what was the location, thana wise, district wise, all those query can be raised, and corresponding record will get report will get generated. Then you have query tool. So, if you wanted to see that okay in Assam, as maybe in Guwahati, how many accident happened between 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. So, that entire thing will get populated, and even you can see the spatial distribution of those accident on GIS map. So, that is the power of this IRAD dashboard, and then you can generate as many analytics as you think of. So, these are some of these, like you can do the kilometer wise analysis on any highway, every kilometer how many accident happened last 10 years, 5 years, depending upon how much data is felt into this IRAD. Then you can do the grid analysis, cluster analysis, entire city you can divide into 10 kilometer grid or 1 kilometer grid, how many accident happen, you can just visualize. That will tell you that which area you need to focus more and where accidents are happening at larger level. Then corridor wise. So, sometimes you are not interested in grid wise, maybe you want to know that NH 37 what is the status. So, along the all NH 37 the accident will be plotted, then you will know that like which stretch is like having more prone to the accident. Then link and node analysis, like maybe between one intersection to another intersection how many accident happen, or particular intersection how many accident happen. So, then all the accident related stick diagram you can have that depending upon the type of accident, Then safety impact analysis, maybe subsequently if some measures had been taken up at particular location, say like at particular intersection earlier there were a lot of accidents were happening. So, if you record that okay at this date the accident measures had been implemented, then you can pass subsequent days accident report and you can see that like what was the impact of that safety implementation. Then accident analysis you can do. So, many of these things you can generate once you have these kind of detailed database. Okay. So, these are just like one flow chart how this data get collected that we had already discussed. Okay. So, these are like different parts. So, data collection, data analytics, then action, subsequent action after the data get generated. Okay. So, this is now we will go through the screenshot that how the particular app look like. So, you need to choose the department, username, ID, then you will be able to log in. If you are from the police, then here you can choose that your department. Then once you say OK, it will ask that next question, that your credential will get like verified and will get displayed, that who is the person filling up this data. Okay. Then whether you want to modify the old report, review the accident or new accident. And one of the features which has been implemented in this, you cannot create a new report if accident is already like 4 days, more than 4 days old. So, you cannot go create and backdate accident record. So, 4 days has been given as a buffer time. For some reason you may not able to generate the or fill the information. So, maybe either too much based on seriousness of accident or based on location of the accident. So, maybe 4 days options is there, before that you cannot like create. If and maybe within the 4 days you can review the accident as also. If you want to change some data you can do that, but after that data gets locked. Okay. Then you need to choose the date and time, and like this clockwise you can just like rotate by your hand. So, here like you need not to type, they had minimized the typing, so that like people anybody can quickly fill the data. So, although in the subsequent screen you will see that like lot many data has been asked. Sorry. So, it may look like that like he has to fill lot of data, but most of them are like menu driven. So, that makes it easy to fill the data. So, here location and all this. So, best part is that now date and time and everything will come in uniform format. It is not that somebody is writing like 2 p.m. another person is writing 13. So, maybe 14 or maybe 14 hours or something. So, after filling up this, then this was the location detail. As soon as you tap location, a Google form will get open like Google Map. Now, if you are at exactly at the accident location, you can ask like capture the current location. So, automatically latitude of that location will get captured, or you zoom it and locate the exact location. So, then it will take from latitude longitude, even if you are not at the site, still you can mark it correct location. Then 6 digit decimal places, things will get recorded automatically. Okay. Then a point of interest. So, some of the other details you need to fill, landmark and other location. So, that like just like to relate what was the importance of that accident, or the accident place, whether it is like located close to a very important landmark. Okay. Then severity level, fatal, grievance injury, simply hospitalized, simple injury, non-hospitalized. So, here they had little more detail. So, although this simply non-hospitalized, like simple injury, non-hospitalized, it will come under minor injury. So, they will categorize, but here they had like more in clear terms, so that like subjectivity get reduced. So, if we say minor injury, now he has to decide whether it is like minor injury or not. But if you say hospitalized, non-hospitalized, anybody can clearly answer like given binary terms. Okay. Then once that is done, the location will get recorded. You need to give that how many number of vehicles were involved. So, the number of vehicles once you give, that many like details he will ask subsequently. If you ask for 5 vehicles, so 5 vehicles detail it will ask, until unless you fill all 5, it will not go to the next slide. So, that way like it got it ensures that all the detail get filled up. Okay. So, here it asks like you main resting place. So, where like after the accident where the vehicle was. So, whether like main resting place vehicle, you have to take photo of this. I think there are up to this till surrounding till H, it is mandatory. So, these many photographs you need to take. Apart from that, any other feature which you wanted to that like this is related to accident, that also you can take, and then 2 other. So, maybe like 8 to 10 photographs option it gives. So, you just keep on clicking and it will keep on storing and it will get tagged with that accident. So, you need not to manually search, and then 2 video. So, that 2 video of surrounding or a particular vehicle which got damaged or a particular victim which you find it like appropriate, that you can provide. Okay. Then all the accident related information, general information, vehicle, driver, passenger, pedestrian, all these data you need to record by tapping the particular menu, and then it will ask what type of collision, whether it was vehicle to vehicle, vehicle to cycle, vehicle to tricycle, and then collision nature, whether it was head on collision or like hit parked vehicle, all those. Here you need not to fill anything, only just select and then it will get recorded. So, and then what kind of observation in the accident, whether it was like under influence of alcohol or not. So, whether carrying people in loaded vehicle, changing lane without care. So, there are few additional information which it asks, that which will help a particular person who is analyzing this data. All these details will be available. Then weather condition, accident spot. So, even whether what vehicle category was motorized, non-motorized. Okay. Then registration status of that vehicle. So, sometimes like maybe vehicle is so scrambled like even you did not find the registration plate. So, you do not know that like vehicle was registered or not. Okay. Then once you fill all these details, so visibility also it will ask. So, then you all the data will get saved. Okay. Then police department, it will like yeah. So, this is an additional information that will come under MVI or maybe police department, that the vehicle condition was whether it has been taken away to the police station, because you cannot leave the vehicle there, or so whether vehicle condition was that where you can drive, and sometime you need to tow the vehicle and take to that. So, all those detail you need to fill it up here. Then vehicle damage condition. Okay. So, victims detail. Okay. So, vehicles load category. Okay. So, all the drivers detail and then other detail you need to fill it up. we can skip all this. Okay. So, now this is like related to hospital, no, nature of injury, critical trauma, I think still it is police work. So, then once that got recorded, this kind of accident alert will generated and ID will be allocated, and then it will come to the central command of the police. So, that was detail filled by the person who is went on the spot, and then he will be able to see the summary of that accident. Okay. Then transport department, more MVI will inspect and fill these many details from the his side. So, like whether insurance was there, vehicle fitness certificate status. So, that he will get from the Vahana Sarthi app, that what was the fitness status of that vehicle, all the details of the vehicle. Okay. Then this is like the same place, like you can download this manual and see. So, because there are too many screens, so after a while like even you feel like boring. So, idea here is that like it will capture all possible detail, but because there are different stakeholder altogether. So, now authenticity of detail is like ensured, and comprehensiveness of the detail is also ensured. So, that way we get a large amount of data through this. So, but still like it is not available in public domain. So, maybe like down the line maybe you may start getting the access to the old record, may not be the current record. Okay. Then what you can do with this data? If you had this much amount of data, definitely you need to know that what you can do. So, one of these, like you can have the trend analysis, which is the very basic. Then you can do the road infrastructure planning. So, you can correlate, you can plan the corridor wise and see that like how accidents are placed this, and then based on the cluster of like density of the accident, you can decide which geometry needs to be improved. So, that way like your infrastructure planning you can do based on this safety analysis, like how much based on frequency of accident. If you see in particular corridor more number of accidents are happening, if you invest money there, so maybe return will be more in terms of safety improvement. Okay. Then VRU safety, if you are like focusing on that like category, if you see VRU means like pedestrian, two wheeler and maybe cyclist, that itself makes like more than 60%. So, if you are able to make them safe, so maybe more than 50% saving in accident you are going to achieve. So, you need to filter the data to all the accident location where VRU was involved. So, you will quickly get to know that okay, at this particular intersection more pedestrians are killed. So, you know that like this intersection lacks in the pedestrian facility, and you can just cross check because like the pedestrian infrastructure is also getting recorded of that place. You can see that what kind of facility or pedestrian infrastructure was available, whether cycle lane was there or not, whether footpath was there or not, all this correlation you can develop. Then vehicle type specific analysis you can do. All this like once it is in FIR you cannot do, but once you are in all these things are available in database with properly segregated columns, you can do all these of sorting, like maybe for particular vehicle type you wanted to see that how your infrastructure is performing. So, you can evaluate that. Then demographic analysis, if you wanted to see that okay, our infrastructure is safe for old age people or not, or maybe kids whether it is safe or not. So, maybe like if you analyze based on like all the accident which happen involve the kids which is less than 10 years or maybe less than 15 years, you will see that whether it is happening in a particular school zone or somewhere else. So, those location needs to be improved. So, that way based on the demographic condition you can evaluate your infrastructure and then do the remedial measure, or maybe like awareness campaign needs to be run in those schools, infrastructure needs to be improved. Then related to weather and environmental conditions. So, somewhere like due to lighting condition, if accidents are happening like in say evening hours, late evening hours, Then particular location, if it is like particular mid block or certain location, you need to see that like why accidents are happening. So, that might be due to weather condition, because they in the record weather condition is also recorded. So, how many accidents happen in daytime, night time, or maybe like where weather were adverse, like in during rain time or maybe snowfall, depending upon the location. So, those analysis also you can do. Then intersection and road segment wise. So, you can evaluate a particular intersection safety over last 10 years, how the intersection is performing, whether it is like safe or continuously accidents are happening at that location. So, all those things can be evaluated. Then severity and injury pattern. So, where the serious accidents are happening, serious injury accidents happen, or you might be focusing only on fatal. So, at which location fatal accidents are happening. So, all those level, different level of interest, you can draw the contour map or maybe cluster map and then do the analysis. Say like if you wanted to focus is that ambulance side, emergency care, you might be more interested in like serious injury and fatal accident. So, where they are located, how far they are from the trauma center, whether what was the response time of the ambulance, all those things you can figure it out and see that how you can improve upon those things. Then this emergency response planning that you can do based on the data, like when accident is reported, accident time, and when first it is got responded from the ambulance side. So, that time you can figure it out, as Professor Sasi was saying that like their response time is 5 to 10 minutes. We need to evaluate that how much time we had, and then accordingly how we can improve those things. Then policy impact assessment. So, if we improve enforcement, so we need to see that like how it performs over the time, whether say like if we are improved, strictly implemented the helmet laws and see that whether there is a significant change in like impact over two-wheeler accident or not, or fatality related to two-wheeler vehicle. So, if that reduces, somewhere you can correlate that like your enforcement is like working in a correct direction. Okay. Then road safety education, you can figure it out like how to, which location to plant, what kind of awareness needs to be planted. So, if there are like red light violation is happening at particular location, so maybe that nearby all the auto driver or maybe other bus driver, they need to be aware, or maybe the awareness campaign need to be run for that purpose. So, that way like based on violation you can plan your awareness campaign accordingly. Then you can have predictive models. Once you have the large database, just 1 year, 2 year data will not work. If you had last 5-10 years data, you can start developing predictive model that which location based on the here traffic data is not there. So, subsequently even now most of the intersection are having the cameras. So, subsequently even with the number plate recognition data, you can have traffic data also. So, then you can start building that okay, if accident happened, this was the generally traffic condition which was prevailed. So, maybe based on the some kind of relationship, you can start predicting that when accident can happen, in which peak hour, once traffic reaches beyond this accident happen, or once traffic reduces beyond this, then also accident happen because people start speeding up. So, those kind of predictive modeling you can do, and then accordingly you can start generating warning that okay, this location is reaching towards that traffic zone where accident is anticipated. So, maybe you can either reduce the that particular location's speed limit, or you divert the traffic another direction. So, for diversion you can change the green time allocation, just the intersection which is before that. So, give lesser green time to that side. Okay. Then you can do all this analysis at regional level, that district wise how many accidents are happening, which district is performing better, which district is not, state wise, and all those statistics you can do. Then decision support system, you can generate a detailed project report along with the road safety related thing. So, based on the road safety effort at that locations, you can map with the safety accident and see that like whether there is correlation or not. Then few more things. So, till that like most of the time which is readily available data, you are extracting and seeing the pattern and concluding something. So, now because we have AI ML in place and lot many people are like started exploring what else you can do. So, you can have AI based black spot prediction. So, maybe based on the pattern of the accident, based on the traffic pattern, based on the road surface data. So, multiple data if you are getting live, you can start predicting that okay, this zone might be anticipated, can be like in future if this is the growth rate over like 1 year, 2 year. So, maybe in future this road might be, this particular location might have black spot zone, means where accident number of accident crosses, but that specified threshold. Then even you can generate heat map based on VRU or based on a particular vehicle type, that okay, this location is found to be dangerous for this kind of vehicle type. So, then you can have preventive measures beforehand instead of one infrastructure reaches to that situation. Then you can do the optimize your patrolling routing. So, maybe like you have traffic policeman, so but like you had limited people. So, patrol vehicle cannot be like everywhere. So, if you see that particular kind of violation happen at particular location and this time window, you can plan your patrolling vehicle in that time at that zone. So, that way instead of staying at random place, you can be at those locations where that is needed most. So, that way like you can violation you can reduce. Then you can safety audit toolkit AI based, where like maybe you can all have past record if you merge with the other data, where like we can have drone data, drone videos where you are able to generate like 3D plot. So, then you will have the surface characteristics, all the road geometry characteristics, traffic data, accident all data together. So, you can generate some kind of safety report. So, that may not be exactly road safety audit, but at least it will give you some preliminary idea that okay, this location lags on this XYZ parameter and they might be potential location where accident might happen. So, that will quickly help the road safety auditor to go and visit that location more precisely. Then personalized driver or risk alert. So, this is like which is already going on up to certain extent in nowadays, like cars are equipped with the GPS inbuilt, like they keep recording your driving pattern. So, at every end of trip, maybe if you had access through app, it will give you driving score. So, out of 10 or out of 100, how good was your driving, how many times like you had brake harshly, how many times you had like taken sharp turn than the prescribed limit. So, all those stats will come. So, that way it will like guide you, that like it will work as a like your personalized trainer. So, over the time if you thought that you need to increase your score, so then you keep reducing those violations which is happening. So, that way it is like work as self improvement, or subsequently if it is working on live data, it can start generating violation. Say maybe like every time you are taking sharp turn or maybe accelerating or decelerating more than the prescribed limit, it can start generating warning that now you are this kind of behavior is increasing. So, those things are still not there, because here those data is available with the automobile industry. If you access through the app, you may get those results, but then they will not like report you back means mandatory. So, until unless you access, they will not give you the data. So, then other thing. So, AI driven policy. So, like maybe if you had all those data live, maybe if you see that like congestion is going to increase, So, maybe like all the speed limit and everything get changed at that moment. Okay. So, that is all. So, these things, like there are many more potentials, like with the data which is recorded at the intersection video camera. So, how much like data you are getting each and every vehicle number with the number plate recognition system. Consider that if you had a city and there is a 80-90 intersection which are equipped with this kind of facility. So, you can track each vehicle, that how in which route it is moving. So, you can have in a way OD matrix of all the vehicle. So, you can plan your entire infrastructure based on this reliable OD matrix. So, there are like many more data which you will keep getting in future. Okay, may not be right now, but in future definitely these data will be available. Okay. Now, any specific question from offline audience or online? Yes.
You discussed about analysis, about accident analysis. So there is CART analysis. So can you please elaborate what is CART analysis?
Okay. So, maybe we can discuss like subsequently. I'll discuss with you. Yeah. Any other questions? Yeah. Yeah. You have? Yeah, you can take the photograph now. Online audience, any question?
No, sir.
Okay. So, although we
Sir, I have
yeah.
one.
Yeah,
Sir,
please.
I have one request.
Yeah.
Sir has said that we will get this previous presentation in PDF form. So far, we don't have received anything.
Yeah, maybe we will compile all the PDFs at the end.
Okay.
Maybe then we will share one single
Oh.
PDF.
Okay, sir. Okay, fine. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
So, that will definitely, don't worry, we will make sure that all PDF you get back by the end of the course.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Yeah.
Sir, the operators of these apps, they have also been trained now, right? Because they are now feeding a lot of data now. So you said something about authenticity. So how is that maintained, sir?
Yeah, so operators are trained by that other NIC, I had said.
NIC, yeah.
So, they are like training these data
Okay.
feeder because like say you had fed some of the data related to vehicle, related to position as a traffic policeman. Okay. So, you may not have much access of the vehicle other related data.
Yeah.
So, once it this data information goes to the transport department, MVI will visit that location and he will again cross check those things, whether it was location was correct, vehicle type was correct, vehicle registration number was correct. So, sometime he might fed in like some wrong vehicle number. So, then everything get changed. So, but MVI will be especially trained for this kind of thing. Okay. He will use that vehicle ID and he will get all the vehicle details, who is the owner, how old that vehicle, what type of vehicle it is, and he will also see that whether this vehicle is comes under private or maybe it is like commercial one. So, vehicle category also he will fill up. So, that way some of the data which filled by policeman, he might overwrite up to that level. Okay. So, that kind of provision is there depending upon that what is your kind of accessibility based on your login credentials.
Hierarchy and all that.
Yeah, hierarchy. Okay. And maybe depending
Authorized.
upon which department you are.
Okay.
So, you may not able to change the maybe kind of FIR number or maybe case number, because that is not under your purview, but you might able to see that if vehicle number register is correct or not. Okay. And even there, like maybe he might put some additional photograph which he think that might be important from the traffic point of view. Okay. Yeah. So, once like multiple people are involved, they always like it cross check automatically get done. Okay, related to vehicle geometry also. So, driver policeman, the traffic policeman, he may not be sensitive enough to see that whether it is T junction or is like normal mid block. He can have GPS coordinate, that's all. but a transport department or PWD people, once they visit, they will put all the what is the road geometry, all those details they will fill it up from their part. Okay. Okay. Any other question? Okay.